Jimmy, our tale of the tape.
You see here, the advantage of Eduardo Dantas is the reach. I said before, Wilson Reis doesn't want to give him any space like he did to Patricio Pitbull. He wants to stay in close, negate that reach.
Let's send it back to Michael Williams.
Tonight here at the Canton Civic Center, Bellator Fighting Championships on MTV2 and on Epix2 in HD. Now moves to quarterfinal number 3 of the Bantamweight Tournament. 3 5-minute rounds brought to you by Everlast. Greatness is within. And now out of the red corner, at 5'3", weighing in at 135 1/2 pounds, the Bellator veteran stands with 12 professional wins, 3 defeats. By way of Brazil, he now lives and fights out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Wilson Reis. And across the cage, his opponent fighting out of the blue corner at 5'7", weighing in at 134 1/2 pounds. Tonight making his Bellator debut, he brings 10 professional victories, 2 losses from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, Eduardo Dantas. And the third man inside the cage, referee Mark Matheny.
Brazilian versus Brazilian. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt versus Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. The winner of this third Bellator Season 5 Bantamweight Tournament quarterfinal joins Ed West and Marcos Galvão in the semifinal round, round number 1.
Interesting bit of info. The referee Mark Matheny makes that fang symbol because he catches rattlesnakes in his spare time. This fight doesn't scare him at all. Oh, good kick by Dantas.
Wilson Reis is in the white trunks. Eduardo Dantas is in the black trunks. Mark Matheny is the referee.
And Dantas already showing his dominance in the kickboxing realm. This is not where Wilson Reis wants to be.
Wilson Reis, again a 3-time semifinalist in previous Bellator 145-pound tournaments taking place in seasons 1, 2, and 4. He was the Elite XC Bantamweight champion, but that weight was 140 pounds. This is Reis's first fight at 135 pounds as a pro MMA fighter.
He's stocky, he's strong, but you see how much longer and taller Dantas is. Look at that range. His legs are about a mile long.
Reis 5'3", 4 inches shorter than his opponent Eduardo Dantas, and Reis cut down 30 pounds all the way from 165.
Reis has to get inside in order to be effective. He can't stay on the outside against Dantas.
Dantas just 22 years old, started Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu at the age of 13, started training for MMA at the age of 16, made his pro debut at the age of 18 in March 2007.
I think he's saying he got a glove in his eye.
You've got to fight. Let's go.
Dantas saw it. Dantas said, hey, if you need a second.
Referee Mark Matheny not interested. Jump knee there from Dantas.
You got to remember, the ref didn't see it. It didn't happen.
Tenacious there by Wilson Reis, going for the single leg. So often, Jimmy, you and I know this all too well, when it's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt versus Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, it turns into kickboxing or boxing.
We saw that against Patricio. Even when he got the takedown and was on top of Patricio, yeah, he might be a little bit better, but man, you gotta understand at this level, a guard pass is huge. Passing a half guard is really, really hard, let alone a submission.
He says that he has worked extensively in his new hometown of Philadelphia, where he moved to from Brazil in 2004, on his boxing.
You see here with his boxing, he's just a step and a half behind.
If I was going to learn boxing coming from a foreign country and moving to the US, I think Philadelphia would be #1. Philadelphia or Detroit. He's missing with that left. Dantas trying to establish the jab, then missing with the right. Good shot and a takedown by Reis. Dantas exploding back to his feet. Reis with the waist cinch.
Meldrick Taylor, Joe Frazier from Philadelphia, great boxing town. Bernard Hopkins. But he does not want to box on the outside with Dantas. This is where he wants to be, in tight, in close. He's strong, he's stocked, he doesn't want to give Dantas any space.
Fight on, fight on.
Don't miss Spike Scream Awards. See your favorite sci-fi, fantasy, and horror celebrities, along with never-before-seen world premiere footage from upcoming blockbuster films. That's the Scream Awards, Tuesday, October 18th at 9 p.m. Eastern, only on Spike.
Let's go, guys. Fight off that
Lead from
cage.
Wilson Reis and another.
You see Dantas looking at the referee like, hey, he's not doing any damage. Break it up.
Short knees again from Wilson Reis. He
Problem is, different referees have different time schedules in their head of damage. I mean, some guys will let this go for a long time. You can't rely on the referee. Got to get out of this.
Dantas doesn't speak English, only Portuguese, but he is imploring referee Mark Matheny, who speaks English and not Portuguese, to break it up. Somehow they crossed through the language barrier and they communicated what they wanted. It's not what Hayes wanted. He was comfortable in that position, throwing the short knees. He's showing a bit of Philadelphia there in his stand-up.
Oh, good kick, kind of turned into a knee.
Left hand there by Hayes over the top. Kick by Dantas on the answer. Good left hand by Hayes.
See, Dantas a little bit of a smile. I think he knows that this is his arena. This is where he wants to be. Doesn't seem concerned by the strikes of Wilson Hayes. You see Wilson under attack tends to flail a lot. We saw that against Joe Soto in fights like that. He tends to flail a lot under attack, doesn't stay that composed.
Good left hand though.
Over the top though.
Hayes' best punch of this fight thus far. Still it's Dantas, the pursuer of Wilson Hayes.
Wilson Hayes has come a long way since the Joe Soto fight, but that's a bad habit of falling apart when he's under attack.
Dantas 4 inches taller than Hayes, standing 5'7", but wildly different body types. It makes Dantas seem even taller.
Very long legs.
All stand up between these two high-level black belts.
Back, stay back.
Eduardo Dantas from the famed Brazilian team Nova União. Look at those training partners,
Eduardo
Jimmy.
Dantas, Marcos Galvão, Marlon Sandro, Jose Aldo, outstanding fighters.
Round number 2, bantamweight tournament quarterfinal number 3. Wilson Hayes versus Eduardo Dantas to join Ed West and Marcos Galvão in the semifinals. Jimmy, how do you see this fight?
So far, I have it 10-9 Eduardo Dantas. You know, mostly a kickboxing match, and Dantas' strikes were just a little bit sharper.
Wilson Hayes is in the white trunks. Eduardo Dantas is in the black trunks. Dantas saying this is the biggest fight of his career by far. Keep in mind that he's fought 3 times in Japan. Outside kick by Hayes.
I like that push kick. A little bit of a snap on it by Dantas.
Hayes telling us he wants a very aggressive fight. He wants to get in, get out with his punches, but always stay busy. It's almost a savant-like kick there. Leading with the toes was Dantas.
Great kick this time. Wilson Hayes catches it. But still, Dantas is just landing that. Oh, good flying knee!
Hayes goes in trouble. Oh, this has got to be stopped, and it is.
Just like that, a beautiful explosion by Dantas, and out goes Wilson Hayes.
A lightning strike of a shot for Eduardo Dantas here in the 3rd bantamweight tournament quarterfinal, and the 22-year-old Brazilian is through to the final 4.
A beautiful explosion. I was about to say that Hayes had been vulnerable to that right hand and the right kick, and it was a right knee that spelled the end here. He caught Wilson Hayes running, bang, right knee right on the chin. Followed it up with some beautiful ground and pound. Referee just not seeing the trouble Wilson Hayes was in, a little bit late on the stoppage, but bang, right on the chin. Wilson Hayes did not know where he was. Dantas finished like you're supposed to with a flurry. Beautiful performance by the up-and-coming Brazilian.
A clean knockout, 1 minute, 2 seconds of round number 2. When we return, Jimmy Smith will speak to the victor, Eduardo Dantas. You are watching Bellator. A dynamic Bellator and United States debut for 22-year-old Brazilian Eduardo Dantas. 11 pro MMA wins, 4 in a row. Let's send it to Michael Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes 1 minute, 2 seconds into round number 2. The winner by knockout, now advancing to the bantamweight tournament semifinal round, Eduardo Dantas.
So many expectations on this fighter they call a prodigy. That was a prodigy-like performance for the 22-year-old who turned pro in mixed martial arts at the age of 18. He's through to the semifinals, and Eduardo Dantas is with Jimmy Smith.
I'm here with your winner, Eduardo Dantas, an outstanding U.S. debut. Not just a win, but an emphatic statement. Is that what he wanted?
Sendo de estreia nos Estados Unidos, ele quer saber se era isso que você esperava.
Eu treinei muito para essa luta. Venho treinando mais uns 18 meses, que eu estou 9 meses sem lutar. Então, vim sempre treinando com a galera da Nova União. Sou os melhores pesos leves do mundo. E eu estou realizando o sonho de estar aqui hoje e saindo com a vitória.
I've been training very hard for this fight. I haven't fought for 9 months, so I have been training for 8 months. And I represent Nova União, has the best lightweights in the world, so I'm very happy.
Now, speaking of Nova União, 2-0 so far tonight. How does he feel about moving on to the semifinals of a very tough division?
Tá falando que a Nova União ganhou as 2 lutas hoje. Como é que você se sente lutando pela semifinal do próximo evento?
Estou muito feliz. Já venho treinando há muito tempo, como eu tinha dito, e vou treinar o dobro para a Nova União levar esse GP. Em nome de Jesus, vamos levar esse GP.
Okay, he's very happy. He's saying that he trained a lot for this fight. He's going to train double now. In the name of Jesus Christ, he's going to take the GP home.
That is outstanding. Let's give a big hand to your winner, Eduardo Dantas.
The end came officially at 62 seconds of round number 2, but it actually came on that knee strike. Reis absolutely out. There is this stoppage from referee Mark Matheny, and pure joy for Eduardo Dantas.